What's up, everybody? Mogi Monster here, along with Stevie B.
Hello.
Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as we like to call it. Great to see everybody in chat. We're doing things a little different. We're outside right now, just behind the house, as you can see. Lately we've been wanting to fish at night, and the night gets away from us, and we don't get a chance to fish. So
we're gonna sit out here during the show.
We're gonna throw a couple of lines in the water and
see what happens.
I'll try to set up a phone so I can have an extra camera, and we'll see what happens.
Christy says, "Well, outside edition." Hey, can y'all hear me? Okay, can you hear us both? Okay. I mean, we're
check 1 2 check.
Right. Let us know, please.
Mr. Lee, what's up? Hey, Val, great to see you. Jim's camera at dawn. What's going on?
Jim.
Harold and Christy are here, of course.
Yeah, let's do that. That was
Charlie, what's up? Howling Underdog Films. I got to start this because the distances are a little off today.
He says, I hear frogs and Stephanie. Good deal. I don't hear frogs yet. I
hear some crickets somewhere in the distance.
Off to the side somewhere.
Let me see real quick. We might have an alligator or two out here.
And you're going to see me swatting gnats away.
I don't know if we're going to be able to see this, but I'll try to do it this way.
Ooh, right in my face. Good Lord.
There's an eye shine right there. You guys see that light up right there? That's an alligator.
That one little dot. That's what I saw on the screen.
And there's about 3 of them out there. A couple small ones.
So how's everybody doing?
Good to see everybody. Hey, Sharon.
All right. Let me make sure I turn my phone down before I put the show on. I remembered this time.
Yeah, so we just moved everything from inside outside.
He moved everything. I was
except the backdrop.
Trying to get ready and being grumpy.
Being grumpy.
Jay Fritz. I'm going to do a drive-by. Blast my car horn. Oh, you do a drive-by, you better stop and come hang out.
Pull up a chair.
Right?
Oh, you might have to bring a chair with you.
No, I got a chair right there. Right over there.
You got to fold up one somewhere around
right
here. G'day, Mark. Tight lines.
You should, Jay. Come hang out. Bring a pole.
Yeah, we don't have anything in the water yet. We got the poles here. I got some chicken livers, and we're gonna throw a couple lines out and see what's what. She hooked into a bigger bass earlier.
Oh my God, it was huge. Probably the biggest fish I've ever hooked into. And
I was inside.
I had it. I stepped back, grabbed the net, kept it on the line the whole time. It jumped once right at the wall. I turned to reach down, bring the net down under it, and I hit an uneven spot, a hole next to the wall, and lunged forward. And I guess when I pulled my rod, it snapped, and there went the fish with my hookworm and probably a little bit of line. Gone.
I was more concerned with your well-being.
Yeah, I fell on my knee, and
the fish is still out there.
No,
you can catch them again sometime.
Kind of throbbing right now. That wasn't that long ago. I guess about 7:30, something like that.
Right on. Mark said he's heading north for some warmer weather. Which always sounds weird.
I know. Right? G'day, Mark.
We go south for warmer weather.
Good to see you. Hope to be away for about 3 weeks. From estuary and beach fishing. Very good.
Awesome.
That is awesome. Y'all don't mind.
If the camera shakes a lot, we're on these TV trays out here.
If you see me swinging, I should get my bug zapper.
Oh, jeez.
Well, they're all over. They're attracted to the screen. And occasionally one jumps on me. You ought to see. You can't tell, but we've got citronella candles.
I'll show you.
Kind of all around us.
You got a candle there.
Got one on my side.
You got a candle somewhere over there. Where the hell is it?
I think it's kind of hidden by my light.
Candle there. Candle between us.
One down at my feet.
Mosquitoes are a little brutal.
I was hoping a breeze would be coming through a little bit. Right now, not so much.
Scott B, what's up? So you guys know how this works. What we're gonna do is put the link in chat, and anybody can come and join us.
Yeah, come hang
Come
out.
hang out. Connor, what's happening?
Connor, congratulations on your job.
Absolutely. Way to go.
We were listening last night.
Yeah, I didn't jump in chat, but
Neither one of
I
us
was
did, but we were listening.
lurking.
Yeah. Awesome. He said, can't stay long. He's at work.
Way to go.
That is awesome. Sandra Piper, good to see you.
Miss Sandra, how are you?
See, I'm hearing something splash.
Yeah, I just looked up at her.
The road like.
All right, link is in chat. Anybody wants to join us? Yeah, we might be a little
All over the place.
or distant. Well, we're gonna once I get up and actually let me do it this way.
You got a lot going on your phone. I could do the same, but then I lose my chat.
I'm gonna set up a phone. My concern is feedback.
Turn the volume down
I
all the
just
way,
did
and then when you get on, just mute.
mute it.
Yep, you'll be fine. That's what I do on my phone. I'm still trying to
Do.
catch up with chat. Now you hear the frogs, Mr. Lee. I say that they stop.
Right?
Figured, but still.
Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth. It's my own.
Why is that? Oh, okay.
All right, I don't know why this kicked me out.
Christy said she thinks we're having some feedback right now.
Feedback?
I don't hear anything. I don't have anything on. I mean, just the regular setup. That might have been the frogs you heard. They were loud for a minute.
Mikey, what's up?
Wendell.
What's up, Jim?
Hey, hanging out on the back porch. I'm in.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was kind of a last minute thought there, decision. I was then getting ready, trying to do something with my hair, and he says, "Hey, what do you think about going out back and going live?" And I'm like,
Why
I'm
not?
down. Why not?
Exactly. Why not?
Why not?
And as far as the sound and everything, at least here, I can I hear you better this setup than when you're inside.
Did you mute it on StreamYard?
Not yet.
StreamYard? There you go.
Try that.
There you go. No?
No, it's remember how yours always
Let me
came
see.
through?
Let me see. Sorry, Jim.
No, you're good. But I was saying that your volume sounds really well. I mean,
Good.
it's better than indoors.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, I had my volume turned.
Yeah.
I had my volume turned at about half level.
Let me
Mark says you should do a combo. WTF goes fishing show. Where's the fish? WTF. Wendell, that's cool. I'm glad you made it there safe. I know you didn't have to go far, but you got a signal. That's cool.
all right, I'm gonna see what this looks like. I don't know.
Ooh, big maw.
All right, well, I can move that closer.
Turn.
Well, this is just too much
There-
fun.
There you go.
Behind the scenes with Moggs and Stevie B.
Right.
Lakeside.
All right, Christy, be safe.
We have no way of seeing.
We should have probably turned that light on down here.
Well, I can still plug it in. No, I can't. Shit.
Why not? because you're using the cord.
Yeah.
There's another one underneath the. I'll go get it. It's under the TV in the cabinet.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how far it'll reach though.
No, I need. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I'm getting a feedback. Can you guys hear that?
That echo
That echo?
from the phone over there.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Okay.
Oh, Mikey, thanks, man. I've been over 2K for a while, but it
Yeah.
just kind of sits there.
Right.
I think we're almost at 2,100, but
No, I think you are. I thought I saw it.
we're close.
Now I gotta look. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. There you go. 2.1.
All right, on. I had no idea.
Woohoo. I'll give it a like while I'm there.
How can I do this so we can? I don't have any glow in the dark sticks for the fishing
For the line.
poles. This was so impromptu.
Where's the bells? I thought
I don't know where they are.
they were in the box on the table in there. That one pack that I had.
Oh, that you have?
Yeah. There's
Uh-huh.
2 of them in there. 3 probably.
Uh,
I'll go look.
it sounds good enough, says Mr. Lee.
I'll be back in just a
Meh.
second.
Hey, you know, like I say, it is what it is.
I'll be right back.
I'm going to turn.
Look for the bells. Go this way.
Why? You can walk. Where? She's taking the long way around.
Stevie likes to avoid the camera.
Apparently. Wendell,
Mr.
how are
Lee.
you, man? Good to see you.
Mr. Lee, thank you. Wendell, great to see you too.
Let me move something. For now, let's just go this way.
Well, I hope this turns out to be something easy for you guys to do because this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's kind of humid. I'm missing air conditioning right now. It's the exact setup that we have inside, except for the backdrop. Everything is the same way. I just put it on 2 TV trays. So tomorrow, we're right here. Where is it? This is looking straight out from my wall, from my house onto the lake. Tomorrow they're doing drag boat races. No, not tomorrow. Saturday and Sunday, right in front of the house. So the starting line is like right in front of the house, and it gets loud as hell.
That lake I was at in High Point the other day, and did that short live. They have drag boat races there sometimes.
Yeah, they do this every year. It's cool, but I never know who wins because I'm looking at it from behind. I just see them get smaller as they go away. I'm like, oh, they're moving pretty quick. Yeah, I had a glass of ice water sitting here, but the mosquitoes found it first.
Oops.
I had to dump it out. I was like, crap.
Now they're full of caffeine, and they'll really be coming after you and Stevie B.
Oh, no, it was just water. Mr. Lee says, I have my dressing gown on and a scarf. It's chilly here.
Oh, no. Hey, Roger. Good to see you, Roger.
Roger?
Yeah, Roger Blair.
Charlie, we'll see you when you get back. that's the thing about being outside is I'm subject to all the noises around me.
Yeah.
You know, if a fire truck goes by or anything goes by, somebody starts yelling in the park, we're all going to hear it.
Every once in a while here, there'll be a jet, have to take an alternate takeoff pattern. And the small airport, where pretty much it's for people learning to fly,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be coming over at different times of day, and they'll be changing their speed and swaying left and right and whatnot. And then we got a paraglider that likes to show up at 7:05 a.m.
He's consistent.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to get in a little time before going into work or something.
Maybe he's flying to work.
It's possible. With those, you got to have a pretty big spot to land, though, because when the parachute collapses,
Oh, yeah, I suppose. I've never really dealt with him.
I'd like to ride on one once just to see what it's like.
Oh, I'd try it. Like, I would love to try like an ultralight, an ultralight plane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can't remember what they call them, but it's one of those little helicopters that the motor only powers the prop behind the pilot, and the rotor on top spins because of the air coming by.
Really?
Yeah, it's like was used in James Bond movies. One of the James Bond movies, it was this one of these little copters. You used to be able to get them for like $10,000 or $12,000, but you had to put them together yourself.
That's
And
the scary part. What do
yeah,
you do when you're done? You think you're done and you have a few nuts left. It's like,
no, that's one of those cases where anything left over, I'm worried.
well, maybe they just threw extras in the box. I don't know.
If they threw extras in, they
Mr.
better
Lee
sure
says,
document it.
Mr. Lee says within 10 years, teleportation will be possible. We will be able to travel across the world in seconds. Are you going to guinea pig that one? Mr. Lee, you're going to be the first. You're going to be like, ooh, transport me. Gets to the other side. Gets to the other side looking like he went through a wood chipper. Ugh.
I hope I'm around to see it and see it successfully done. I think I'm not going to be first on the block for that one.
Teleportation. I don't want to see the accidents that are going to happen with that.
No, it's going to be gnarly, to put it mildly. There was a scientist in Australia back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I think it was. They successfully transported a photon or two of light, but I mean, it was. I don't think that they were able to repeat the process because I never heard anything else out of it.
Oh, there's a little breeze.
Hello, Chance. Welcome to chat. The Nostalgia Pod Blast.
Chance.
What's happening, Chance? Good to see you. You put those little
ice cubes in them.
Those little butterfly ice cubes.
Yes.
They melted quick because
yeah.
I just sucked them through the friggin' little
I just
tiny
poured
hole.
Sorry. I just poured the water, so it's probably not cold.
What's up, Michael? Good to see you. And fucking lake. Well, we got the chicken livers here and some poles here, so I'm gonna probably throw a line out because we are outside. You're not on camera.
I know I'm not.
She's looking at her line going, what the fuck? What happened here?
There's like a loop through the.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's tied somehow. Yeah, I don't even know. I'm having a hard time seeing. I think I got it. Nope.
Nope.
Well,
It's just wrapped around somehow.
it's really not. It's tied.
How can it be tied?
Look at it.
Mr. Lee wants to know, what are you going to do if you catch an alligator?
Throw it back.
Right? Wouldn't be the first time we brought a gator in.
No. Well, did you hook one out here?
No.
No. The two gators, and I pulled them out of here because they had hooks in their mouths. So I just used a rope and a piece of PVC pipe, and I ran the rope
Made a
through
noose.
it and created a noose. But that's why I brought the spotlight out, so we can
See them.
see what's going on.
Check the eye shine.
There's one there.
Yeah. There you go.
Can you see the eye shine? Yeah. Right there.
Yeah, I see it in the lake.
They're little ones. We don't really get big ones over on this side.
That one's probably about 5 foot. But then there's some smaller ones, some 2-footers.
Little tiny ones.
There, one down there. Stevie's
Christy says
working
you're going to be the Steve Irwin.
What?
Christy says you're going to be the Steve Irwin
No,
of Florida.
Minus the stingrays.
Oh, Lord.
you know, the accent.
I saw one of his shows, and he was going after the Australian brown snake. He was walking through this desert that had, it was dried up mud, apparently, and it had all kinds of cracks in it. And he was down on his hands and knees looking for something. And one of the browns came up and got within an inch of his face. And he said later, if he'd have moved, he probably would have died because it would have taken him too long to get to the hospital.
Yeah, I don't take chances like that.
No, me either.
The two
I don't
gators
walk-
I pulled out of here, that it was safe.
I don't walk anywhere near as close to the cliffs as I used to.
Mr. Lee says, that fella got on my nerves a bit, just saying. What's the Steve Irwin?
One thing for sure, he was enthusiastic about nature.
Hold your pulse so I can get some drag out. Y'all don't want to watch this. Big old piece of liver.
Chicken liver.
Fried up.
Jay says they smell the chicken livers. They might pay you a visit when they're already there. Sometimes I think when they hear his voice, they tend to come.
No, I had conditioned them a little bit. You know,
Yeah,
I habituated them
I get it.
the first year and this first summer here. And then I stopped.
Well, I think the neighbors were more than, they were a little different. We had a couple different neighbors then.
Yeah, that fed the gators, and so they already had a presence around here and already like we're used to humans, and they already equated humans with food.
So I think these tiny ones that are out here are new and they're not used to that, but they
No,
do
I
come
don't.
when they hear us. You want to cast that for me? Because you have a better.
Hold on. Let me get up. can't see the tip, but you're gonna have
That's
to.
that's right, Michael Haywood. It cost them in the end.
How do we put light on that?
Turn this light around. That'll help.
Well, you can turn that light up.
Yeah, I don't want to turn it up with the one camera because it's too bright. Bright enough as it is. I hit the tree.
How? You're not gonna know if you get a hit, so you gotta.
And I'm having to hold it. I just hold it right here next to me. I'll be able to tell. Put it right here on my knee. There we go.
Yeah, I hated to see the news when Steve passed. I mean, I couldn't watch him all day long, but every once in a while I enjoyed his shows on.
Yeah, and I feel bad for his children and his wife. They were such a close-knit family.
And it's just crazy the way he went.
Yep.
You know, you'd think it'd be a shark or a gator or a croc or something, and it's a friggin' stingray.
He was in the water doing what he loved, you know?
Chrissy says, "Here, fishy, fishy, fishy."
Right? Bring him. So mad. That bass I lost earlier.
Ghost, what's up?
Ghost. Good to see you.
Jay says that Ray stabbed him over 1,000 times. I heard. I don't think it was that many, because that's outrageous.
I thought it was a direct shot to the heart.
And
And they-
I think
There was nothing they could do because it pierced his heart.
I'm not sure.
Thought that's what I read. I don't know.
I'm trying to think how I can do this to put some light on her pole. I mean, I could turn on the overhead light.
That'd be too much.
I don't know.
That'd bring all the bugs.
Mm.
Yeah,
We-
mosquitoes.
That'd
Too
bring
many
all
mosquitoes.
mosquitoes, moths, gnats, no-see-ums, all of the above.
Okay,
Leave the light off. No, I got it sitting right here on my knee. If something tugs on it, I'll feel it.
right. I don't know if they're like mosquitoes are licking this bug spray off of me, or
You feel them landing on you.
they're like, "Oh, we have more."
Yeah, that.
The mosquitoes.
Oh
The
yeah.
mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are saying, "I like this dry rub." Stevie is where the camera is pointing out over the lake. Is that where the fireworks go off?
Yes, a little over to the left, but yeah, where he was,
Yeah.
where the lights are, that's the park right there.
I just
Yeah.
The
Do
lake
this.
walk runs that
Do
whole
this.
lake strip.
Yeah. Do this when the fireworks are going off.
Yeah.
it's loud.
Well, we can mute it. You know,
It's loud.
it is. It's amazing though because you're sitting right here.
Yeah, it's right in front of us. It's,
Seems like it's 10 feet in front of us, but it's just out in the middle of the lake.
Fireworks are nice, but fireworks over water is amazing.
yeah, no, we have an amazing view.
Jay says, put a lightning bug on your line. When it moves, you got to bite.
I
Find a lightning bug. I don't think I've. Well,
haven't seen a lightning bug here.
last time I saw him was at the 168.
168. Yeah, or that
campground.
campground.
Those lightning bugs were weird. They were shooting through the tree line and
Really fast.
really fast, like weird.
There's a place in eastern Tennessee, Elkmont, and for 2 weeks out of the year, the lightning bugs there's one type of lightning bug that it lights up in unison. and then it goes out in unison. So you're sitting in the woods, and as far as you can see, all of a sudden, at the same instant, everything lights up, and then
That's
it
cool.
goes out. And
Bugs won't come
it
around.
has gotten so crowded that you have to enter your name into a drawing in order to go.
Oh wow. No, I was
But
saying
it's
if I keep that off, maybe the bugs will quit
Oh yeah,
drawing to my
there's plenty
screen.
of light.
Yeah.
Just a nasty my shadow.
Well, that's
Yeah.
been there.
The coolest lightning bugs I ever saw was in a cemetery in New Jersey,
Good story.
and they were up in the trees, just in the foliage, but they were strobe. They didn't, like a normal lightning bug would be like flash and slow. These were like flash, 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 and it was just amazing to see them all doing this. It wasn't in unison like that. It was all over the place, but it was just, I never saw that before.
Ghost says, "Oh crap! Hello, and evening, Jim's camera, Don."
Just realized he was there.
Right. I saw you went live this morning. I got to work, and work was chaotic when I first got there.
I
By the
got
time
there late.
By the time I got looked at it, he was off. I
Yeah.
was like, "Where's chat?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, he's not live anymore."
There was somebody speaking Russian in chat. I was like, oh, well,
Oh,
yeah. I was like,
okay.
I guess it is Russian. Looked like Russian.
Michael Haywood said embalming fluid makes them do that.
Do what?
The fireflies at the cemetery.
Oh, getting into the hooch.
Because they were in a graveyard, I guess they got into a grave. They could have got into some coffee grounds or some speed.
Keeps hitting
Anything's
my arm.
possible in that cemetery. Mr. Lisa's embalming fluid.
Oh, I get it now.
Mr. Stain, what's up, Danny? Good to see you.
Greetings from South Carolina.
Howdy, neighbor.
Oh, I'm gonna do this.
What do you mean?
Need light.
Put that light on down there.
I have to plug a cord into it.
Right. I have a splitter in the cabinet under the TV. Sitting right there in the stage you open the cabinet door.
No, I need an end like that's on this cord. I need a small extension cord with,
Right,
with the 3-prong. Let me go see what I can find. Where did you say it was?
Under the TV in the cabinet. So you open the cabinet door, you see the splitter and then the cord's on the left. Careful.
Fucking kill myself.
I just saw that.
Stepped on a chicken liver.
Oh, jeez. He did. He stepped on the livers.
Squish.
Yeah, work was hectic this morning, Jim. We have our summer camp, but on Thursday mornings we have adult lessons for tennis. And during the summer they move them to 8:00 because camp starts at 9. So the coaches go from teaching adults straight to summer camp. And it was chaotic. 3 of the coaches didn't show up. They forgot that classes started early this morning. The park doesn't open until 8, but because the classes started at 8, I had people showing up after 7. I didn't get there until 7:30. So
Whoa.
it was a mess. A hell of a morning. It calmed down probably about 10:30, I want to say.
Well, at least it eventually calmed down.
Yeah, calming down means that it was then summer camp the rest of the day. So it was less chaotic, but those children, they'll wear you out. 54 of them. The older ones, they tend to stay away from the office area. The little ones are in there all day. our front door that's right kind of in front of my desk is ADA door, handicap door. So there's a button to push. It'll open the door automatically. But if you don't push the button, it's really, really heavy. You can barely, anybody can barely open it. So all day, children are trying to come in to use the restroom, and they can't get the door. So I'm up and down all day trying to get them in and out the office. But the heat that comes in, because that door has like a 30-second delay,
Oh, geez.
that's for one person. If you've got 10 kids coming in every 2 seconds, then yeah, that door stays open a lot throughout the day, and it's hot as hell. The humidity today was 96%.
Yeah.
It was yuck.
Yeah, humidity gets you even at low temperatures.
Yeah, thank goodness it was cloudy all day, most of the day. Sun didn't pop out until late this afternoon. What you need?
I need to check out that door and get you a remote switch / override.
Well,
One that you can open it remotely, and then when nobody's coming through, close it.
right. Well, there's with the I guess the laws say that you have to have at least one door in the building that's accessible for handicap. Doesn't mean it has to be right in front of the desk. You know, you could have put it on the side door, which is just maybe 30 feet from the front door. Oh, there he is,
Right in front.
right in front. Turn your camera. I mean,
Hold on, let me
yeah, reverse your camera. He's sitting right in front of us. You see him?
Oh yeah. Even on my phone, I can see him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I can see him too. I didn't even think to look at my phone. I'm looking on my computer screen. He's just sitting there hanging out.
looking for a handout.
Right. I'm surprised he hadn't found my chicken liver.
Well, no, that's what we got to worry about is finding the chicken liver.
And as long as there's no splashing, he won't go for it. You probably won't find it.
Mark has a good idea. Tell management that you want an outside toilet for the kids.
You know? And they have one over by the playground, but it's kind of a total different area. But you would think if they're out there, they would definitely want to come inside because of the air conditioning. That's why they gather around the office. That and that's where we keep their lunches. Oh yeah. Is that the same one?
Same
Or?
one.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
He's
a
on the
different one.
move, but your line is out that way somewhere, so we just got to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't go and grab your line.
Yeah, kind of see. Yeah, my line's going that way. He's going the opposite direction. Nowhere near my line. Well, I can see my line now. I mean, the tip of my rod.
I have this spotlight that is in the wall that
Points out to the water. Kind of lights it up and just in front of the wall, right where we're sitting.
Let me put it up.
It probably
here.
goes out a good 10 feet from the wall.
That just looks cool.
I put a light in the wall.
Yeah.
All right, lights it up pretty good out there. It doesn't show up that well on camera, probably.
No, it does. Looking at
Yeah, it shows up.
It actually does.
How deep is the water right there at the wall?
Oh, probably
Oh, 2 feet.
2 feet.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was too deep.
No, not at all. And there's a lot of vegetation under the water.
A lot of vegetation.
And that angle let us see your back door literally is right at the water.
Yeah, dude. I mean, show you. It's
Michael said, "Hey, we got a gator at the dam close to me in the river."
those damn gators.
Damn gator. Jay says you catch a fish and he'll eat it before you get it in.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that too. About a
No,
4-footer.
that
Michael
one's
said.
gone away. So
Yeah, he's gone. Michael said the gator there's about a 4-footer.
oh, he's a baby.
Yeah, little feller.
All right, guys. I know this is boring as fuck, but you know, link
No,
is in
it's
chat
not.
anyway.
No, it's not.
I haven't even gotten a line in the water yet.
You're showing us, the view from your back porch, and we've got to see an alligator. We got to see the lights across the lake there.
Yeah, that's just
That's
the park.
all good stuff.
Across the way.
Yeah, so those lights, Jim, all the way down, that's what they call the lake walk. It's the whole portion of the park. There's docks down the further end of it.
Some boat rentals. You can rent pontoon boats down there. This is the park where we've seen some concerts. It's where they have George Fest, which is the world's largest and longest running President's Day festival.
Cool. The only downside is you guys having to put up with the bugs.
They're not terrible
And the
right
heat.
now.
No, it's not bad right now. The
And
heat and the humidity.
usually they're only bad early evening, early in the morning when the sun rises. But we deal with the stragglers with the lights. It draws them.
I hear frogs, and I automatically think of Christy Sci-Fi. Dude, I was doing a live one night when Stevie was when we were both in Altamont Springs or Longwood, and these Cuban tree frogs were so loud. It sounded like they were courting.
That's funny, like
She called it like frog porn or something.
yeah, she did. And they were making some unusual sounds.
Sometimes, if you listen just right with the frogs out here, you'll hear them, going off, and then they'll get into this rhythm, and all you hear is, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it.
That's what it sounds like.
Swear to God.
True story.
I know it sounds bizarre, but it's true.
It is.
I know I've said it before,
Yeah.
like last year. Fuck it.
Oh, I heard that. Very splash in the water. It's either a big fish or a little gator.
No, there are 2 gators down that way, but this one's still around.
Y'all hear the cats too.
Yeah, the cats. I
almost stepped on one when I walked off.
I don't see the kittens anymore.
I think he took them away day before yesterday.
But the kittens are still down the road,
Are
so why
they?
didn't anybody grab those?
I don't know.
We just have too many cats around here. And I think someone's been picking them up and having them fixed. I hope.
Well, these anyways.
Michael says you need to see that Kermit the Frog on YouTube.
Huh.
Piggy! It's not easy being green.
Kermit the what?
Oh, but that was a fun show. They had a lot of really great musical guests on there.
Sesame Street? Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was cool. And it's cool because later on, like when I'd say in the late 90s, I used to deliver to Kaufman Studios in Astoria, Queens. And that's where they do Sesame Street. So I'd see somebody, like, they were a lot older than now, like when I saw them. but I couldn't place him. And I knew. I was like, wait, that's from fucking Sesame Street. I know that person. It's the same place I met David Lee Murphy. Same studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing an interview for Lifetime Television because they had their studios there too.
That's cool.
And just ran into him, started bullshitting.
Oh, I mean,
Michael says the heathens around here will be eating that gator.
right?
They've been doing construction. I don't know if you'll see the flashing lights, but
Yeah.
Right down there where the flashing lights are. That's the light basically to get out of the neighborhood.
and they've been working there for going on weeks now.
Yeah,
And I think that's the reason why our friggin'
internet
internet keeps.
going in and out.
Although
It hasn't
no, because they changed the wire on the pole.
finally since the hurricane.
Yeah, since Milton went through, we didn't have cable for a while and internet, and then they rehooked the same wire up. So we were still having problems, and the guy came and goes, "Yeah, this wire is shot." So he ran a whole new wire the other day. Just on the bottle.
Moggs, I got to take this call. I'll come back and chat a little later.
Phone ring. Okay.
So, Lake,
How are you doing, Lake? You seem calm this evening.
right?
What are your neighbors like?
Quiet for the most
For the
part.
most part. Yeah, it depends which neighbor you're talking about, but
Oh.
they are all pretty quiet, except the guy across the way.
Yeah, the one across.
Occasionally, they'll
the
crank
street.
up the Spanish music,
Or he's talking loud or working on his car.
working on a car
Yeah.
with the damn impact wrench, right there.
Or working on the roof and sawing. That was yesterday. With the saw going.
Michael says, "Jim, you're getting a bite."
Right.
I gotta pull that worm off of there and throw a piece of bait on there and cast it out. I can't see the tip of the rod though.
Speaking of which, I think our neighbor's home.
Which one?
One.
Oh, one.
Yeah.
He's just pulling in.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, for the most part, we're good with our neighbors. I use his lawn. I use his lawnmower to cut our lawn, so I cut his lawn too, since it's his lawnmower.
Right.
And then the neighbor next door to them, you can't really get a lawnmower in there from the street, so I did their yard too. They're small yards. It's just that right now it's really overgrown.
Well, we've gotten
A
rain.
little bit of rain, and it just
Oof.
in 3 days it's got to be cut again.
Rain. There goes the grass. Jay says after 7:30 here, they're all in bed.
Links in chat. Anybody wants to click on that link, come hang out. Can you see your tip or?
I can.
Okay.
I actually
Oh, you
can.
still have it on your lap though?
I do. Yeah. That way I can see it.
Is oh, there it is. $7:30 and they're all in bed. I'm sure there's a lot that are in bed here at 7:30. Just not us.
No.
I thought we were gonna have to like throw a tarp over this earlier. I thought it was gonna rain on us.
When we first came out, because the park is right there, there's a lightning detector for the area. Well, he had gotten everything set up, and I had first walked out here. The alarm goes off, and we're assuming it's, warning us that there's lightning in the area, which is like, oh shit. But it was the all clear, so that was a good sign. Mr. Lee wants to know, what's the air pollution like there? Do you get a clear view of the stars?
Right now we have that African dust cloud coming through, so it's hazy.
It's been hazy.
Today
Weirdly.
it was brutal. Like it was overcast, cloudy, sprinkle here and there. It was hot, and it was hazy because of that dust cloud. So I didn't hang out at work too long today because I could feel breathing in this shit, and I was like, So,
But at night, a lot of times I can walk out on the back step and I can point out, Orion's Belt or the Big Dipper or Little Dipper, stuff like that.
On a new moon and no clouds, we can see some stars.
Yeah, we get a lot of. There's a traffic lane of planes that kind of come across.
Yeah, there's a flight pattern that comes across the lake and it just kind of turns that way.
So we see all the lights from the planes a lot.
There's a little bit of noise, light pollution from the park, but you go in
actually.
front, or you can get into a dark spot and see the stars.
I think that's probably the only disappointing part about being out here at night is the light pollution, from the park. It's so lit up. I mean, safety, I get it, but at the end of the pier, the dock here, there's a sensor light that comes on. You see a lot of times somebody will take a bag and put it over top of it so it doesn't keep coming on.
I wonder if that's somebody from here.
I don't know. I know. One of the neighbors. Because it is bright. That it's a spotlight that it's shining out over the lake. So if a boat comes in, anything sets it off. Though, I mean, you get all the birds that come through here, and
you'll see it on this one. Where is it? Right in the middle of those lights, there's a light that keeps coming on and off. It's
off right now.
Yeah, it just went off.
I don't know, you probably can't see it, but there's a American flag over there up on the pole. It's generally how we tell the wind direction from the flag, if there's wind.
Jay says it's really nice in Central Florida for the most part, Mr. Lee. Yeah, it is.
It really is.
It's pretty. There's a lot of places you can get away to. And there's a lot of water. So if you're into boating or kayaking or fishing or whatever, there's a lot of water to explore. Just watch out for the gators.
Yeah. Scott B.
Ask Jay about that one.
Yeah, right? Ask him why he doesn't own a kayak.
Yeah, why don't you own a kayak there, Jay?
Yeah, Saharan Desert dust storm in Florida.
Yeah, it was thick today.
Well, the ride into work this morning, it was cloudy, like it was going to rain, but you still seen this like
Haze.
Yeah, this copper-looking haze, and it's just not right.
How far are you from Jamaica? Have you considered going? No. And no.
Pretty far. And no, I've never considered.
I mean, we're closer to Jamaica than Texas, but
if you go to Key West, 90 miles to Cuba.
Yeah. Jay doesn't want to be lunch.
Here's just fishing off the dock of the bay.
Watching the tide rolling.
Michael says, easy, Otis Ready.
It's funny because the other day, where I work, right next to us is a paddle wheel boat, and they have live entertainment on Saturday night. So this Saturday, or this past Saturday, it was during the day. It was like a 12 o'clock cruise. They had live music, and that's the first song that the guy played.
Yeah.
Was sitting on the dock of the bay.
Where can you get a good gator burger in Florida? Right across the lake there.
I don't know. They don't.
I don't know if they do burgers.
They
They
probably do
nuggets.
gator nuggets, like
Yeah.
little deep fried chunks of gator.
I've never had a gator burger.
No,
Just nuggets are the most popular
But-
way to serve them.
although that'd be
That'd be
interesting. Get some gator and grind it up through the food processor. Throw some fat in there, some sort of tallow, beef tallow or something, and maybe pork.
Christy's on a roll. It's just, it's grilled. You and me go fishing in the dark.
Otis could paint a great picture singing. Absolutely.
Right? That was a good one, Christy. He says, yes. That was excellent idea.
I'll have to find. I do know of a fish market. I know they sell live crabs, but they also do barbecue near there.
The one in Leesburg? Or?
Yeah. They might have gator. They probably do
They
have gator.
probably do, I'm sure. I'd be surprised if they didn't.
I mean, it's 10 miles from here, I think.
Yeah, not terribly far. No, thank you.
And I've been wanting to check it out, that place. Used to pass it every day, and then you just see this big sign, blue crabs and
Yeah.
seafood. Now there's some barbecue place attached to it. I don't know. Somehow I saw the sign there. I don't know if it's actually there.
Yeah, but there's a fish market or a seafood market across the street up a little. I don't know if it's before or after that, what you're thinking. The crab shack place, but there's an actual fish market.
I thought that was the fish market.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it is.
Find out. I'm sure that's keto friendly, Gator.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Mr. Lee, we're doing keto still, or again. Put it
Again.
again. Back on the keto bandwagon. And I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm just gonna do it.
Right.
No, the first time I was a cranky bitch.
Yeah, at first. At first. A little bit. Keto for life.
Well, I had put, I lost the almost 40 pounds and then put half of it back on. So, I mean, a year later, I'm still 20 pounds later than I was the year before.
Right.
So, it's a step in the right direction. So, I want to
Not
shed
terrible.
this extra. I want to do about 30 pounds this time and maintain it off,
Be
Chase
careful,
said, be right back. Dogs need to walk me.
Jay. Be careful. Must be a lot of people live tonight. I think.
Well, let's see. Squatch and Hollers live. They have that chick from Florida. They're talking about skunk apes.
Brooke Moreland,
Brooke Moreland, is that it?
I think.
I don't know her. I saw her at the
We saw her at the conference.
conference, but didn't talk to her or anything. Just kind of was like, "Oh, who's that?" and just kept walking. There's just so many new faces that it's like, where the hell are all these people coming
Oh,
from?
you got the camp out at Holland going on.
This weekend,
A
yeah,
lot of people are there already or on their way there.
that's in Alabama. They're doing a camp out. It's Woodwalkers and all those guys are probably going to go meet up.
Thank you, Jim. He says many may be live, but this is the place to be.
Right on. Did you finish phone call?
Whew, bug just blew in my face.
I don't know. I suddenly just got flushed. Like,
Me too.
yeah, like,
Warm.
yeah, like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like a heat wave came in. Or something.
Yes.
That was bizarre.
Picking up on my hot flashes.
I don't want to pick up on those. I'll read your thoughts, but that's about it. I
Lord.
don't need that shit.
Me either. Bobby on. How you doing, hon? Bobby says, I'm listening.
What's up, Judy?
Judy. Judy.
Hey, Bobby. Yeah, literally. I just like suddenly
Me
got all
too.
flushed.
I am glistening.
So am I. I mean, I like the idea of doing the outside.
I just wish there was a breeze. A
See,
little
that's
bit
the
of
problem. There is no breeze.
No.
Whatsoever. We got
No.
the frogs over here, and
Oh, that's okay. That adds to it.
do a quick scan.
Judy says, been listening, tired tonight. Yeah, me too.
There's 1, 2, 3, 3 gators over there.
Is there?
1, 2, 3, all the way down.
Huh. And that one way over there
I
somewhere.
don't know where it is. I don't see him.
I don't either.
Sorry.
Ooh,
Bright light.
blinded by the light. Christy, you're rubbing off on me.
Y'all got chicken liver fever. I'm just checking for gators because I don't want to feed
No,
them.
he's talking about the heat, warmth.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't tossed one out.
Been fishing this big old paddle tail where it's a speed tail. No hits tonight.
Roger Blair, good to see you.
And this fishing rod is a little too heavy for this light tackle. It's a Mitchell Outback. It's an older reel combo. It says medium, but it's a heavy pole. So it'll be ideal for catfish. There.
Just squish
Grab
them.
these stinky chicken livers.
Just looking at the weather for tomorrow. Humid with times of cloud and sun. A thunderstorm in the area in the afternoon. 91 degrees
Joy.
with 94% humidity.
Well, I have 2 boats going, both going out at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So I have to be there early because we have this crazy aquatic nymph problem. Nymph, not nympho. Don't get excited, guys. All right, this liver ain't cutting it. Trying to thread this liver on here. I even brought a bucket of water to rinse my hands. Give them hell.
Philly says chicken livers are not fit for human consumption.
That's why it's on my hook.
Which way did you go with it?
Basically right out in the middle here, but not that far out. I can see my tip, so we're good to go. I can see my line. Let's see. I'll turn if I can turn that camera or that phone around.
Michael Haywood's talking about chicken livers and coleslaw.
Ugh.
Fried chicken livers, I'm sure.
No, I just can't. I can't eat liver. It's not a. I just can't stand that taste. Ugh.
Mark wants to know, can those rubber worms be fished as a dead bait, Mogs?
Just letting it sit. No, it's more of a cast and retrieve.
With the
You're
spoon
supposed to
there?
with this tail. This is called a speed tail, and it makes a lot of commotion in the water. If you reel it fast enough, you can actually pull it along the top of the water, and then it makes a wake on top of the water. I haven't caught one. Maybe I did catch one with it. I know I've lost one to a bass. It hit it and just took the worm going.
Excuse me. Judy, yes, we actually have a light. She says, can you put a light over the seawall? There is a light.
I have one that's in the seawall. I just showed it a little bit ago.
It shines out a little. If you
And
look
then-
at the bottom of the screen for lake, you see the lily pads. The only reason you can see them is because of that
Yeah,
light.
you can see the grass out there because of the light that we got on.
Ooh. Moving your camera made me dizzy.
Richie Evans, what's up? Mr. Lee says, Richie, knucklehead of Crystal River. Yeah, Richie hasn't been here yet.
No, not yet.
I gotta get his ass up here.
Right?
Michael says, hell, Roger, enough moonshine and I'll eat a live chicken.
Gator just went after something.
I don't know where I just put the spotlight.
You just had it right here. Oh, I can't reach.
Right there. That's the same one. I think it's the same one.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's our excitement around here is, we can sit out here on our nights off and count the gators. Usually we don't get past 3.
No, this usual right. Although one day the wind was blowing real good, a balloon came across the lake, and I saw like every gator. There was like four or five of them coming from all directions.
Yeah, that was weird. There was a Mylar helium balloon, and it came in and it bounced along the water, just right on top of the water, just bounced along, and these gators were following it. They
were coming from all
that was
directions, so it was kind of funny. I wish I'd have recorded that.
Where's the cream filling?
It went so far out across the lake we lost sight of it, but yeah.
Richie, I don't think they have Firehouse subs there.
What's that?
Could be wrong. He said Mr. Lee should try the Firehouse subs.
Oh,
I haven't tried them yet.
had one 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, was any good?
I mean, they're okay. I wouldn't go buy one. I got it because of the NCAA gave us
yeah.
lunch. Yeah.
Right
It
on.
wasn't terrible. It just wouldn't.
I'm a Jersey Mike's guy. I'm spoiled that way. I am a prude when it comes to my submarine sandwiches. Well, I've been eating it for 50 years. True story.
Richie says, Mr. Lee, you must try Firehouse subs. Oh my God, so yummy. Yeah, I mean, they're not terrible. It's not something I would say, oh, let's go to Firehouse. I
Christy
think
says free food is always good, right,
it's the
Steve?
best, right? That I say that, and the unexpected food is always the best as well. Food that you're not expecting. Somebody put a plate in front of you. Like, oh,
Richie says they give back to the firemen, buy gear for them on our dimes.
that's
Well,
cool.
it's their profit, whatever. No, that's cool. That's very cool.
That is very cool. I did not know that.
I haven't really been
Moses
paying attention
Stevie
to
B.
my rod.
Flat Rock said hello. Hello.
What's up, Kenny?
I wish we were hanging out there.
Yeah,
That's all right.
tell Flat Rock I'll be in touch with him soon because I want to make plans with him. Gonna take a
Right.
trip to Alabama.
Michael Haywood said, Wendell, you I just fell off my knee. Said, Wendell, you need to come on live from Holland.
Yeah, when I went to go live from Hollins, it didn't work out because I think because we were down that hill. Because other people had gone live, they got a signal, but I couldn't get a signal down that hill.
No, you couldn't. You tried. You tried a couple different places out there. And I think you found a weak signal, but it wasn't enough to be able to go live.
Yeah. We just knocked out an hour already.
Wow. Mr. Lee said, I've lost connection. My internet is weird this week. Okay, now. Mr. Lee, did you get my email? I sent you an email. My regular email is full. So
Yeah, Mr. Lee,
I had to create a new one.
give her your address. Or us your address.
Somewhere where we can mail you something. Okay. Helen Underdog says, shoot me a link.
Done.
I will check my box.
Right on.
Yeah, my original Gmail got full and ran out of storage, and they want you to buy more. I'm not buying more. I just created another. You know.
Gotta go back and empty out.
Yeah, I do. That's for another day.
I have reservations when I go to empty out, like clear out shit. Like, do I need any of this
I know.
shit? You know?
I know. Linda said I did a live earlier.
Judy says, I enjoy your morning lives, Jim. I think
Indeed.
everybody does.
Right?
It's just that lately I've been getting there late. I mean,
Yeah.
he goes on. I don't give a fuck. What time do you go on, Jim? 7
He's
sometimes?
been going earlier lately, like 6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't up that early. Although tomorrow I'll be out of the house by 6:45.
6 is usually when I'm rushing around to get ready to leave. I got to leave by 6:30. So I'm just getting my shit together to go. So I see you go live, Jim. I just can't join into chat, or else I'll sit there and look, he's on the move. I see the gator. You can see him on the lake screen. You can see him.
Okay.
Yeah, look at the screen. I can see him. That's him. Moving on along.
No, he's like right in front of us.
He's coming back in front. Turn the lake camera. You're not on screen. You got the lake camera up.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Ooh. He looks so tiny in this on the screen.
What do I do with this spotlight again?
It's got to be on the other side. Damn it, there goes my hole again. He's like, get that damn light out of my eyes.
Right, motherfucker. Looking around for the other ones.
That one's small. There's a tiny one that hovers around. He hides from them. Probably that one and the other
Either
bigger
that
one.
one or the one at the end, the tiny.
Yeah, that's a tiny one.
Where'd he go?
Oh, I don't know.
He went under.
Oh, he's over there on the outside of the grass.
Can't see.
Yeah, I can see him. He's to the left of my pole.
Anywho,
Take on my line a little bit. Oh,
turn this back around. I'll change that. Hold on.
kick me off the screen like that. There we go. Fred the Gator. Christy named him Fred.
That's funny she named it Fred. Why Fred?
Why is that funny?
Well, no, because I would always. It's hard to explain, but whenever yeah, never mind. It's just
Okay.
I've used that name in the past, like for whatever, like a guardian angel, or I don't know. It's weird, but Frederick has always been
Oh,
a name that's popped up.
Fred. Well, the first one that was hovering out here when we first moved in, that was Elvis.
And then Bubba and Junior and
Yeah. That's as far as we got on names, I think. But Elvis was a reference to
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice, yeah. Don Johnson,
They had a
Gator on his
gator
boat.
on a sailboat,
Yep.
and the gator's name was Elvis. If you were up till 4 a.m. counting beavers, you would sleep late too. I don't know what to do with that.
No. Not saying a word.
Beavers, huh?
Michael. Can leave it alone, huh?
Probably gonna have a cat fight here in a minute.
You probably just fed him.
A legitimate, literal cat fight.
I think there's kids at the playground.
Here we go. So today I was at work for the 2 hours I was there, and the marina is right near downtown. Tavares is where the courthouse is, and the county jail, and all the other municipal buildings. And as I'm sitting there, a helicopter pulls in, and I'm like, flies, starts circling over, and I'm like, the hell is this thing doing? And then another one comes by, and I'm like, shit, what's going on? So, what's going on in Tavares? However I found it. Apparently, they were booking an inmate, and that inmate was the Osceola County Sheriff.
The actual sheriff.
The sheriff. He's been sheriff for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And he got booked for
Racketeering.
racketeering, like running an illegal gambling ring, and
I-
some other shit.
I read the dollar amount that they posted was 21 point either 3 or 7 million, and apparently he's being accused of obtaining a good portion of that 21 million. Then they made reference to he has 3 children, which all 3 have graduated from University of Central Florida, UCF.
You know how that got paid for.
Yeah, but
No,
they
you have
did.
to assume.
You do. You hate to assume, but they did mention that there were other charges pending, and that they were gonna they're anticipating more arrests involved in the whole ring of the gambling ring.
Unfortunately, more than likely,
It's gonna be a lot of people, I'm sure.
a lot of cops are probably going to go down.
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad, and it's messed up when they arrest them and lock them up in a total different county. Just to get them out of the
Yeah, I guess
initial county that
was
the
it
crime was
FBI
committed.
or there was
No,
or
Homeland
Security was
Security
investigating them
Had been investigating
for at
them
least 2 years now.
since 2023. Michael says fighting Felix is getting wound up.
Telling you. Oh wait, you're standing on his tail. No wonder he's.
Nah, come on now. I was thinking that he's probably about to feed him. Or
We've got some crazy sheriffs down here. Grady Judd.
Oh, I love Grady Judd. Anybody want that? You should all look him up, because this man he's the sheriff that everybody should have. Every town should have a Grady Judd.
Well, the problem with him.
There's no problem with him.
No, well, he'll go on the television and talk about these people and bring up their whole history and shit, but these people haven't even been to trial yet or anything, so they're not getting a fair shake as far as like a pre-judiciary.
But the crimes that he's advertising, if you want to call it that he's talking about, there's no doubt that they're going to be convicted of.
I know, but no, I watched it. I watched a movie, not a movie, a video today about this kid who worked at was selling fire sticks at the flea market here in Florida, one of the bigger ones, and somebody from the cable company found out and got in touch with the sheriff's department, and they picked up him and like 3 other people at the flea market who were selling these fire sticks. That they kept calling them jailbroke fire sticks, but they're not. They're not, like, they weren't hacked. These fire sticks, the kid just plugged them into his computer, went to the menu options that they presented, and customized these fire sticks. He didn't hack them. He didn't do anything illegal. But they arrested him, this kid, and these other 3 people, and turns out, like, they came up with the law like 2 days after he was arrested.
Oh, really?
And nobody had ever been charged with it before. No one. And it turns out they ended up plea bargaining and whatever, and it went away. Some money later, but
yeah, but this is also a sheriff that's responsible for shutting down, sex trafficking.
oh no,
rings.
no. I'm not saying he's a bad sheriff, not at all. But in a situation like this, with this guy in the fire stick, they did a press conference and they
put it up there.
They put it up there, so they tainted him. He didn't do,
I get what you're saying. So I just put a link in the chat that is like a 10-minute press conference that he did on, I don't know which crime or person, but it gives you an example.
Oh, you're just doing an example?
Yeah, as an example of.
So now everybody's going to go watch
No, you watch it later.
that. Links, yeah.
Watch it later, but yeah, no.
Yeah, click on the link and then just save it or something. And this is one of the sheriffs down here.
And I mean, he's very well known for talking about people in Polk County. Majority of the homeowners own weapons, and he highly recommends using them if someone tries to break into your home. Or,
yeah, he encourages
Yeah. Hey.
using firearms.
Yeah. I like him. He's funny. I say, well, there they
It's
go.
on.
Right beside me.
Dogs to the right, cats to the left.
Here I am stuck in
Stuck
the
in
middle.
middle.
That's a bit annoying.
Richie says I went to bingo today. I almost won $613. Almost don't count. Hold on.
Hey. Oh, Jesus, what'd you throw?
That blue cup.
Oh,
Plastic. I just bounced it off the kayak.
God.
Yeah, almost. What happened, Richie?
Almost one.
Almost one don't count.
Yeah, right?
B12.
Yeah,
What?
Lee said almost. What happened? Don't break into my custody. No.
Unless you want to say hello to Jesus. Yeah, there's some weird laws in this state.
Well, it's a stand your ground state. Whether you're in your home or not. If your life is in jeopardy, then by law, it's legal to protect yourself.
So, guys, we're doing it outside here because we got some lines in the water, trying to get some catfish.
Nothing's biting.
Nothing's biting. And hopefully the gators don't pick up the chicken livers.
No, I don't think that. I mean, a lot of times this is typical. We could sit out here for
Pink Pixie, good to see you. Welcome.
a long time and not get a bite.
Huff, what's up, man? Sorry I left you backstage.
Hey, you're good. Can you hear me? You're good.
Howling Underdog. How
Can
you
you hear me
doing?
okay?
How you doing, Charlie? Yeah, I'm just turning up my volume a little bit.
We're
Okay.
competing with audio from the frogs and the cat.
Well, I saw y'all
All right.
were sitting outside, and I thought that's not a bad idea. So I'm sitting out in the yard, attempting to set up a camera and maybe do a
I don't know if it
time.
was a great idea. I mean, it's kind of itchy out here suddenly.
Yeah,
Fucking sneakers.
my citronella candle just burned out.
Mine's about to.
It didn't
Hopefully
last too
it won't
long.
set the yard on fire. It's
Uh,
trying.
No shit. It's look
So
good.
how many
Might have to
gators did you say you had out there?
Oh, there's a couple.
2 or 3. I think there's 3.
There's some smaller ones down to the right of me. I gotta get up and put out a fire. Hold on.
Yeah, the candle dripped down to the grass and it seemed to ignite it a little.
Ooh, that's not good.
He got it.
Here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
Right.
Here, fishy.
Yeah, I heard y'all had a cat in the background earlier. There's been a couple around here, so these might join in at some point.
They can be like, what's that?
They
Right.
can communicate with their friends from down south.
So what's the weather like where you at?
Not bad. I mean, there's some clouds coming in, but it's pretty clear, and it was pretty hot today. So I'm just kind of out here chilling, unwinding, been doing some work on the house.
I don't know. Keep him busy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I should, but today was just like I stayed
It's
inside.
unbearable.
When I got home, I was like, nope, I ain't going out.
The air quality is so bad. It's thick. That was a good way to describe
Thick.
it. It's just thick. Makes it difficult, uncomfortable breathing.
Yeah, it was that way here today, earlier today. I mean, it was very humid, very thick, and I went to Tennessee and picked up like a old antique clawfoot tub that I'm gonna be putting
Really?
in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but it was hot the entire way. I was burning up.
They're great, man. I love those things, but
I
they're
did
heavy
too.
as hell.
Yeah, I mean this one. I mean it needs some little work, little restoration, but I mean it's in pretty good condition. No holes or anything like that. So
Right on.
should be something we could pull off.
Right on. That's cool. I like those tubs, big old soaking tub.
Right.
Oh yeah. That's the idea. So
Cats, candles, chicken livers, gators, and frogs. Oh my!
Don't forget the
that's the
skeeter.
way to do it.
Mr. Lee says, "Howling Underdog Charlie, what's been going on with your UFO communications?"
Well, I'm still working on that. I've got 2 documentaries out on that right now. Gonna be a third one whenever I get time away from working on this place. And then I've got an idea that I've kind of been kicking around lately. Um,
It keeps going out.
so one thing that I'm considering doing is like I've got several different cameras out here. So what I'm thinking about doing is setting it up, bringing out like the computer and everything, hooking one of the like the night vision camera or the thermal camera into the computer and using that as a webcam and just kind of doing like a live Skywatch type thing.
It's funny because I just tried that today to hook
Did it
up
work?
my night vision. No,
Oh.
because there was only one port next to the SD card, the micro SD card. And when I plugged it in there, plugged it in the computer, and it just wanted to read the SD card. It wouldn't let me use it as a camera, which is what I wanted to do.
Right. Bite me on
Because
my
I
neck.
thought that on a
I mean,
tripod.
I've seen like a couple tutorials. I haven't actually watched them yet, but I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just got to tinker with it and
Yeah,
see if I
I
can find
just
something
have
that
to
works.
see if it has anything in the instructions about it. Maybe I can find something online, but
Yeah,
it was just giving me it wasn't giving me
sorry,
the
something's
screen.
falling on
Like
me.
when you looked at the screen, it just had the picture of the SD card and like
Oh,
the
okay.
transfer. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it wasn't. I
Right.
couldn't. I pushed the buttons on it, wouldn't do anything else until I unplugged the cable. So hopefully it works for you, dude. But it's funny that I just tried that today.
Well, I mean, I'm not set up for it just yet, but it's something I'm thinking about doing, like in the near future, like in the next couple of months, maybe something over this summer.
You might
You
have
know,
to look online and see if there's drivers that you have to download in order for it to communicate with it. I don't know.
but I mean, if I do figure out a way to make it work, I'll definitely let you know.
Right on.
But
Yeah, this is just a sharper image. It's an older camera. I got it about 4 years ago.
Mhm.
I got it actually from. It was one of the ones from the 168
Right.
when we went and did that thing. Who gave it to me? Brad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the main thing I want to do is like do the same things that we do in the documentary, like basically just do an entire session like out here in the yard and just have one, maybe if I can figure out how to do it, maybe 2 cameras and just have them like just pointing it up and just broadcasting that live. And if anybody sees anything, they can point it out, timestamp it, whatever, and then I can go back and look at it and see if anybody shows up.
Who you been talking to, Mr. Lee?
Oh no, it's all over the internet.
He says apparently an alien invasion will occur in 2027.
27 is what the word is.
Okay, so I've heard about that. I've heard several different things. Like
Disclosure in 2027.
yeah, like
Well,
I've
contact.
heard like both sides, like that something is going to happen, and then I've heard the other side saying it's all a lie. Don't pay attention to that. That's like the false flag thing. So personally, I don't know. I wish I did.
Pink Pixie says, "What's
I
the
just
weird
answered.
background noise?"
I said frogs, Pixie.
Yeah, we're outside and we're in Florida, so
we're sitting.
we're on.
beside
Like if
the-
I were to just push my computer too hard, you'd hear a splash.
Yeah,
Because we're right on
the
the lake,
microphone.
so we've got a ton
speakers.
of frogs over in the weeds next to us.
But yes, I've heard a bunch about the 2027 either disclosure or contact or something. There's supposed to be a big event
I am
In
not
that
holding my
regard.
breath.
in 2027.
Yeah, I mean, with
It's a big
I'm just
event.
taking the.
2027, I turned 60.
See?
I mean, if I hear somebody talking about it, I just kind of just take the information in and just kind of file it away just in case something does happen. I mean, I really don't know one way or another. I just know I know there is something there. I can promise you that. Um,
I believe there is.
I
From
mean,
just
I've seen things for most of my life. There on several occasions. One memorable one is I was staying with a friend, and she told me the place was haunted. So she was kind of trying to prepare me for that. She's like, these things happen here. You will see stuff. It might be creepy. Just try not to freak out. It actually happens all the time. So she's, kind of trying to prime me up. So me being me, I'm excited, ready to go. Come on. So
Yeah, right. That's the way I'd be.
but I mean, I get there, and like within like the first week, we were sitting outside on the front porch. It wasn't dark yet. It was getting there. It was kind of dusk, and like in the tree line, there was like this blue light. It was like it was almost like a flickering light blue. And at first I thought it was just somebody walking through the woods, but it wasn't like bouncy, like somebody walking over uneven ground. It was very smooth, very gliding. So moving through the trees. So I mean, I wouldn't say that it was a drone because for one, I didn't really hear anything, but just the way it was moving and as thick as the trees are through there. I mean, personally, I wouldn't fly a drone through there. But anyway, I just kind of sat there and was watching it for a little bit, and two more just appeared and floated over and joined where the other one was, and they formed like an upside down triangle shape.
Same color?
Same color, all three of them blue. And they sat there for several seconds, and I'm poking my friend and pointing, asking her, "Is that what you're talking about?" She said, "Yes." So we sat there and watched them for a few seconds, and then they just kind of faded out, all three of them, at the exact same time. And I spent well over a year setting up cameras, trying my best to catch that. But I never was able to get it while I was staying there. I just saw it that one time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Did you see it again and just not be able to capture it?
I wish I did. Oh man, I tried. But okay, so I will say this. Okay, so I went hiking with my brother on this mountain that was maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles away.
Shay, I didn't like it, so I didn't pay for it. Sorry.
Do it.
Go ahead. I'm just being a wise ass to somebody in chat.
But anyway, we go hiking and we're up there for a little while, and we build a little fire, just kind of hang out, shoot the breeze. Well, we're getting ready to go home. We put the fire out and everything. And being the brilliant gentlemen that we were, neither one of us brought a flashlight.
Yep.
So we're walking out on the trail. I mean, it's kind of moonlit, about like it is night. Just enough light coming through the trees to where you can see if you pay attention where you're going, which is what I was doing because I'm very clumsy. So my brother's walking in front of me. I'm behind him,
For that. Sorry.
and he stops and he's like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "No, I didn't see anything. I'm looking at the ground, paying attention where I'm going, so I don't fall and break something. You have to carry me out of here." And I could tell whatever it was bothering him. And I asked him, I was like, "Well, what'd you see?" He's like, "Well, let's keep going." All right. So we keep walking down the trail, heading back to the car. And we get maybe 50 feet and he stops again.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Did you see it that time?" I was like, "No, you're standing in front of me and I'm trying to pay attention to my feet. What was it?" He said, "Let's go." So we take off a decent clip, running through the woods in the dark, finally make it to the car. And we get in the car and we're going down the road. And then he finally tells me what he saw. I mean, he's looking at me. His eyes are wide. His face is pale. I mean, it clearly it spooked that much. So I'm freaking out, trying to get him to tell me. And then he says there was a blue ball of light the size of a watermelon shot across the trail in front of us.
Size of a watermelon.
He said that was the way he described it, the size of a watermelon. So, and then when we took off after that, he said it came back and shot across the trail going the other direction.
Don't burn yourself.
And that would be the same color, roughly about the same size, I would say, as the ones that I saw. And this was maybe 2 miles away from that place.
Huh. You didn't see my comment, did you?
No.
Yeah, I've seen. Once in the woods, I saw orbs here in Florida. That was weird.
Yeah. I remember you telling me about that. Did you ever go back and do your experiment that you want to do?
No, not on that property. We saw some stuff at the 168 like 4 years ago, and we had gone back once or twice to check that out.
Something got my bait.
Something got your bait?
It did.
Oh well.
Sorry. I hear it. I just heard a splash a little bit.
Yeah, the orbs that I saw at night were on a different piece of property, and that was a weird area. That's where
I don't think I've heard this one.
Oh, woman I used to live with in South Florida, she had a piece of property up in Webster, Florida, and she called it a fish camp. It had this old little cabin on it, and it was right on the river, but it was this tiny river. I was up there to do some work. The first time we were up there, I was up there with her, and I was standing on the riverbank. She was a little to my right, and the river was maybe only 15 feet across, wide. And on the opposite shore was this huge live oak, just this huge live oak. And we're standing there, and all of a sudden, the biggest branch on that tree, it was the bottom branch, just snaps and hits the ground. my first thought, as soon as I heard that snap, was, "Here we go," and there was nothing there. There was nothing there. I looked up the tree, around the tree, ran up the embankment trying to see in that area, nothing. So the next time I went to that property, I went up by myself, and I was gonna spend like 1 or 2 days up there, 2 nights up there. And the first day I got there, I kind of stood on the bank and I put it out there to the universe. Said, "Hey, I voiced my intentions. I'm here. I mean no harm. I'm here to learn or be a teacher if you want. Or I just put all this shit out there and expressing my intentions." And I think it was the next night I was sitting on a picnic table, and I just happened to look to the right, and I caught something out of the corner of my eye, and it was two lights, and they were coming in over the trees. Now this is in the middle of nowhere. If you look in Florida, look up Rich Loam Wildlife Management Area. It's right in the middle of this thing. So there's no one like flying a drone. So these two lights, they're probably about the size of a baseball. They come in together and they're above the trees, and all of a sudden they drop down below the tree line, below the canopy. And I'm like, oh shit. And then they split up, and I could only follow one. One went to the left, and the other one kind of was coming at me in the trees. They were probably 50 feet up, if that, 60 feet away from me. And this thing came in and then flashed twice and just disappeared.
Oh.
It was bizarre.
Okay, now what you just described is actually very close to what we do with the CE5. So you said you were putting out your intentions and all that.
Yeah.
That's part of it. So I mean that's basically what you were doing. You were doing a CE5 session, and something picked up on it and responded. Is what it sounds like. I mean,
Well, that's the way I felt when it happened. I was like, and I was recording
Well, the funny
a
thing is,
video recording, but my card wasn't seated properly or whatever, where
so
it
you
didn't
couldn't
record it.
film it.
I was talking while I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like recording this, and it didn't record it.
The funny thing is that I feel like he was putting that intention out there more for, say, Sasquatch or Bigfoot, rather than something
I was.
alien or or
Yeah,
or
so for those orbs to come in, that was just a little bizarre. Like,
but still, when you're putting out your intentions like that,
you're putting it out there to the universe, basically.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Danny, have a good night.
I mean, they probably picked up on your energy and your frequency, and probably it you seemed interesting, so they thought, hey, let's come check this guy out and see what he's got going on. Because I mean, I did speak to a lady who told me that they will do that. Especially if it's like your first time doing something like this, they'll come in and check you out.
And it was, but I normally, if I go into the woods, I put my intentions out there
I do too.
because it can't hurt.
Before I step foot that tree line.
WTF, Mike, what's up? Good to see you.
Mike.
And I mean, the biggest thing is, as long as you keep it peaceful, you have knowing your intention or peaceful communication, contact, whatever you want to do it, and just let it be known you're not there to harm, you're just there to learn and experience and all that. Yeah.
And I put it out mentally, I put it out verbally, I introduced myself.
Yeah.
That's the result. Was some orbs.
And I had this one lady that I was talking to. Her name's Holly, and she's in the second documentary. she had something really, really cool. Okay, so she showed up on the first night that I went. She's briefly in the first one. She was the lady who said that she just saw like a orange like flash bulb in the sky is the way she described it. So she comes to our group every once in a while, and there's another one that she goes to, and she will also do like sessions at her house. Okay, so she was at her house one night. She was putting out her intentions and meditating and just enjoying the night. And her neighbor is her brother, I believe, and his wife. One of them is related to her, but anyway, they also do this as well. So uh, the lady neighbor was outside, excuse me, and she looked up and she saw these lights in the sky. And she she calls Holly and and is asking her, she's like, hey, did you buy like spotlights or something and y'all are over there playing with them or something like that? And she's like, no, why would I do that? She's like, there's some wild stuff going on above your house. So they do have it on video. All right, now there there are like bugs and stuff flying around like in the foreground of it, but when you see the video that she got in the second documentary, pay attention to what's going on in the clouds because that is some really cool stuff. It's these lights. They're like above the clouds, and it almost looks like they're playing. Like, okay, so anyone in chat, I know some of you probably watch Justin Chernopesky, the Mountain Beast Mysteries.
Yeah.
He put out a UFO documentary called Beings from Beyond. Okay, and there's one point toward the end where it's just this flashing light in the sky. It's zipping around at high speed, like changing color and stuff like that. It's the same thing. It looks exactly the same as what he had, what she caught on camera.
Wow.
And
So, Mr.
and
Lee wants to know, Charlie. He says some people have called them demonic, some have called them angels. What are they? What do you think they are?
I actually had a guy talk to me today who was trying to tell me that they were demonic. Okay, now as far as angelic or demonic, I really can't say either way, but I will say this. Okay, so there are basically two camps in the UFOs. Okay, one side is they're a threat, they're coming to kill us all, we're all doomed, and the other side is they're peaceful, they're trying to help us. Okay, so I can't say definitively, personally, one way or the other, but I will say this. Okay, so as I've said earlier, I've encountered whatever these are multiple times. I have caught some of them on camera. None of these instances was I harmed, and I never felt threatened in any of these instances. After it happened, I felt amazing. I mean, I'm not saying like anything happened. I'm just saying it was like
Kind
an
of
incredible, like
exhilarating.
Yeah, kind of, but like it's almost like you were allowed to see something special.
They'll feel privileged.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not necessarily. I'm not saying privileged. I'm just saying it's hard to describe unless you've actually had it. It's an exciting feeling, but it's very calming, very peaceful. But I mean, I don't have any like scary horror stories about any of this. I know some people do, and I'm not going to discount those. I'm just saying, me personally, I have never experienced anything negative from this. It's been quite the opposite, actually.
Well, I mean, that's good that that's your experience. But like you said, not everybody experiences that.
Right.
I mean, I've
Mr. Lee says, I can't imagine a 10-foot reptilian being friendly. And I get it. I don't.
well, you
Well, I
can say
mean,
for a 10-foot Bigfoot, you know.
This is true.
well, I mean, like in the instances that I have seen them, okay, it's been startling because it's unexpected. Because you're just sitting there, and all of a sudden there's this glowing ball of light sitting there, a few feet away from you, and then it just fades away into nothing. I mean, it's startling because I mean it's just you're not expecting it. I mean, it's something unexplainable, more or less looking at you in the face, and I mean, like that first one that I caught on camera when it zips by, you can hear me go right after. But
Yeah, but what do you think? Do you think it's a spiritual thing? Do you think it's a technology thing? The orbs?
okay, so
Are they related to Bigfoot? Are they, like I've seen those two white orbs in the woods, in the
right,
trees, but then I also saw a blue orb in a house where people were murdered. So I think that blue orb was a spiritual orb.
okay, so I actually asked Pat Pearsall, who is one of the people that I interviewed for the second documentary. I I spoke to her quite a bit over the phone before we actually had our interview, and I was telling her about all my experiences, and we were just kind of sharing back and forth, and she said yes, there is a spiritual element to this, um, and like some of them are spiritual, some of them are extraterrestrial. There are multiple different things going on. She said there are also like interdimensional beings that also exist, and that has even been mentioned when David Grush was speaking to Congress. He spoke about the interdimensional beings.
Hmm.
So, but okay, so I'm going to give you my personal opinion, and this is just an opinion. Okay.
You're entitled.
So, look at ancient history and like all the old major religions. Okay, how many of them speak about lights in the sky, beings coming down from the sky and giving them knowledge and
Oh, most of
and,
them.
and helping them? Okay, so I'm thinking that what they were experiencing back then is the same thing that we are experiencing right now. And I believe it's been going on the entire time.
Okay.
That's my personal view.
Yeah, you do. You hear, I mean, even in like Hinduism and a lot of India, stories from over there, the flying ships, back in the day.
Right.
So there's got to be a connection. I don't know. All these stories with these encounters of flying machines, there's got to be something going on.
I mean, I think there is a possibility of that. So, and I did tell her that I was also interested in Bigfoot, and if she had anybody who had any information on that, or if she did, and she's got some things that we need to talk about. I'll say that. I haven't gone into detail with her yet, but she did tell me a few things that I think will be interesting to include in the next one.
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Right.
Because okay, so the first one that I did was more just a test just to see if it would work. So my original idea was like, okay, so this group does this. They claim that they can make contact and they appear and all this. And I figured, okay, I'm going to give them the benefit of a doubt. I'm going to go give it a shot. If nothing happens, then, well, I had a night out and met some interesting people. If something does happen, well, then I'll keep going with it. And on that first night was when I caught that one. And I've been chasing it ever since. The second one was to test it again to see if it can be repeated. And then also going into like detail of like how it works and things like that. And the third one I would really like to focus on like what I can find out about like the beings themselves. And maybe answer some of Mr. Lee's questions.
Oh, I'm glad he's got questions.
Right.
And Mr. Lee, if you have questions that you would like answered in the next one, or if anybody does, let me know and I'll throw them in there. I'll see what I can do.
Mr. Lee says, Richie, I heard the moderators are paid on Moog's channel. Nope. You should know that, Mr. Lee.
Well, the guests aren't paid either. That check there, by the way. Thank you. But
neither is the co-host.
Or the host, creator, whatever. He ain't getting shit.
Excuse me. No, I truly, truly believe, and I know you hear it all over the place all the time on the internet. We've all been lied to about a lot,
everything.
And it's maddening.
Get treated like idiots, like we couldn't handle the truth.
They couldn't handle it. I mean, I'm sure it's so far beyond our comprehension in a sense, but why lie to us? We know it's all there's stuff out there.
But it's not beyond our comprehension.
I mean,
we've been like softened up over the years with from Star Trek, Star Wars, to everything in between that's pertained to space travel or aliens, and hell, even Bigfoot with Jack Link's commercials and all these shows that are out.
Self-disclosure. I get
not
that.
Finding Bigfoot.
I get that, but I still think that it's so much that we don't know that it's mind-blowing.
Oh no, I'm sure, but it's not that we wouldn't.
No, not that we can't handle it. I mean,
yeah. Well,
There's
look at
so
the
many
shit that we're
more.
into. We believe in everything. you
There's
know?
so many more of us out here now, especially now in this day and age, that we've all experienced something that's questionable that, we were told total opposite of.
Right.
Tell us, just tell us, let us deal
Right.
with it.
And I mean, I'm not trying to say that any of the videos that I put out have the answers. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm doing is I'm putting myself there, turning on the cameras, and talking to people who have been doing this longer than I have, and I'm just putting it out there and just letting everybody decide. Here it is. Take with it
Yeah.
what you will.
In all these subjects, in the end, everybody has to decide for themselves. Find
Right.
out for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody's word for it.
Right.
Just
And like the C5 thing is, I mean, it's something that's easy. It's simple to do. Anybody can do it. You just gotta practice and tinker with it for a little while and get used to it. But I mean, if somebody is curious about it and they want to try it, look into it and make your decision yourself. Educate yourself as much as you can before you try it.
Mr. Lee's got a point, though. He says, you must remember, though, not to open your mind too much because you'll believe in anything.
That's true as well.
That can happen very easily,
It can. And that's why I'm saying, here's the information I have. Make your own decision.
Yep.
And if it's something you don't want to do, you don't have to. So it's all free will.
That's it.
All I can do is tell you my experiences and my information, and what you do with it is up to you.
And hopefully it touches somebody in a way where they can oh yeah, I've been through that, or just help somebody out a little bit somehow.
Yeah.
But on that note, go ahead. I'd like to finish
But,
up.
I mean, it's really kind of helped me over the past however long I've been doing this, like a year and a half. I mean, it's helped me personally. I feel like I've got a little bit of a better understanding of what's been going on throughout my life. So I mean, it's helped me.
Good.
That's good.
Well, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep making your documentaries and keep asking questions.
Mhm.
And keep trying to answer them too.
Right.
I'll give it a shot.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, for posting.
Yes, thanks for posting Chuck's link. We appreciate it, and we appreciate everything you guys do with the mods.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
But we are gonna bounce out of here.
All right.
Chuck, it was good talking to you, man.
Indeed.
It's good talking to you too.
Thank you.
Come hang out more often.
Yeah, really.
I'll
Door's
do
always
my
open.
best.
All right, brother.
All right, well, y'all take care.
Have an
You
amazing
too.
night.
Have a good night.
You too. See ya.
Lake, we're ending the show.
Lake can hang out.
Yeah, Lake ain't going nowhere. Yeah, Lake's not going anywhere.
Lake's battery will die before he goes anywhere.
Right. Pink Pixie, good night.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight.
Jim,
Jim, it was good to see you.
of
Chuck,
course.
definitely good to see you. Thanks for sharing with us.
Indeed.
Check out Charlie's channel, Howling Underdog Films. And we'll be back Tuesday. So
Everybody
do
have a
this
good
all over
weekend.
again.
Be safe. We've got a boat race out here starting probably tomorrow.
Yeah, I got a busy schedule lined up for the next couple of
They
days.
just
So
set up the buoys for the race,
drag races.
drag races for Saturday and Sunday, so it's going to be real loud out here all weekend.
I won't be here for it,
Well, I won't be here Saturday.
so you might have to
Sunday,
film some of it.
Sunday, I might be joining you out on the dock just to get away from it. Anyways,
It's 420 somewhere, Mr. Lee.
right.
That's
Be
420
here.
right here.
You know?
Mhm. Anyway, all right, guys. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out.
Comment.
Share it, comment, subscribe if you're new. Chang. Fucking Chang. Did you see what I said?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Wow, I didn't take it out. That's weird. Blake
Wow.
just bailed.
I know.
We love you. Peace and God bless.